Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back. You're here at the Fox Den with Pater Voss, the Papa Fox, and we are going to continue playing the Banner Saga by Stoic. When we last left off, we had dealt with some brigands in this here town I can't remember the name of just yet, and we had dealt with them in the hall and in the tavern, so that was quite neat. I absolutely love this game, and I cannot wait to get back into it. So, docks. Let's go see what the docks are doing. Vognir. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant with purpose, in purpose.
God, Zubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old. And if there's Wagner here, there must be Hakon.
Must there?
Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks. And what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jorundur demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Aberrang, in fact.
And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf.
The king's whelp. King's son Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. That's how you make alliances these days.
But it's a miserable waste of time.
Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand, and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates.
What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold.
Where's Mulger? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor.
A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you.
Guess I'm off to find Mulger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along.
The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world like the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Well, there we go. Okay. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Okay, good. Yeah, so here's the thing where you get to talk to people. We are actually going to talk with the prince first.
Is this the right place?
You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed.
Greetings, Prince Ludin.
Yes, you're with Wagner. I don't remember you.
Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards.
Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why?
I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital. We crossed by chance.
Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want?
Well, I'm actually going to go with this one because it's very close to my heart. I have a bad habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit.
A Varl historian? Ha ha! Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities.
I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid.
Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both. A formality mostly. Vognir came to our capital in Aberrang, and now we go to the Varl's capital in Grofheim to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men in Varl.
You sound unconvinced.
There's no need for it, and it's damned cold up here. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. Well, there we go. Okay, let's go talk with Hakon.
Scrivener!
You find Hakon in a mead house, surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over.
Went straight for a flagon?
Vognir is the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway.
You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble.
No surprise. What's this time? Or what this time?
When I got here, the Great Hall was already half full of bodies. We added a few more.
Humans. I guess if only I lived as long as a Yawk's fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too.
It's not late to start trying, Hakon.
Hakon lets slip a low chuckle. Any Varl who could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through... Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through Dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might be right, just another reason to get back to Grofheim.
Soon enough, I imagine.
You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Okay, well, there we go. Let's go see what's in the Great Hall. -1 supplies, because at dawn you're woken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised to your mild surprise. You wonder if Adric had anything to do with that. +20 renown. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir's already here. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Mulger steps forward. Vognir's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We're ready. You follow Mulger and join the others. Usually, the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort, just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand as a whole, you think. Okay, cool. And here we go. Away from Strand. And it does tell a story with the background. You'll see that eventually. Oh, listen to that music. -6 supplies. You'll see here. Morale's declined a little bit, and every day goes by we take a little bit fewer supplies. Looks like we're coming up on a town. Ah! The caravan stops for the day.
A gift,
says Mulger, cracking open mead casks. From our gracious friend, the governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout the camp. Toast to Vognir. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between man and Varl. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Vognir. We're going to chat with Vognir.
Thanks for the speech, slurs Vognir.
Well, there we go.
Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Mogger, I thought the damned governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? He tried, then asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, turns out. I'd have given my job to you, too. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Luden? Hopefully the boy goes back to Aberrang on his own, and I can take out some frustration on Dredge or something. Starting to sound like Hakon. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Ha ha ha! Don't you miss the fight, Ubin? You down your meat instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Dredge. But pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be, warriors could follow you for what you've done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They've always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stares into the campfire, lost in thought. We leave him to sit. I guess we'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and check the... Oh, we got lots of time. You rise groggily. The campsite is a casualty of merriment. Mulger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Luden stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. You better wake up, you nudge Wagner. You're needed. Okay, I believe this one's Wagner. Ah, it's Luden. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map. Okay, cool. Oh, excuse me, this is, I think, the 4th mode. It's the map mode. We don't usually use the map mode too much. This is the map. You can explore it by dragging the mouse to pan and using the mouse wheel to zoom. The location of your caravan is indicated here by Ubin's icon. The map world is covered with many locations and holds much lore. You can explore the map at any time, clicking on locations for more information. So, there we go. We are actually going to be following the Wandering Road. At the end of the First Great War, the Varl had more to contend with than mankind to the south. Above the Bratabak peaks, the lands crawled with furious, war-minded Dredge. The first Varl king, Einar, led the entire Varl race across the snowy fields of the Wandering Road, sweeping away Dredge as they went, before forming the first Varl kingdom at Eintaroft. Okay, so we are going, I think, to Grofheim. And we are quite some time away. We're going to have to pass through here, it looks like. So, okay, let's go ahead and hit the X. Not going to do too much looking on the map mode, just because I don't want to get into some of the traps that I've fallen into in Tyranny or Pillars, of just like sitting there and talking at you guys with not much happening. So if you enjoy the game, which I'm pretty sure you will, get it on your own and do the reading. It's fascinating stuff. It really is. We head north, then east, past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. Huh. You should have drank last night, Luden. Why not take the ships to Skirmstead? I'm terrible at this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Skirmstead. Skirmstead. What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that, or Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad, though. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skirmstead. Half-sunken city crawling with dredge, Prince. Dredge and glaciers. Do you like glaciers? Luden exhales through his nose, a poor disguise for his contempt.
He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance.
Don't poke an anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Luden's got a shorter wick than Hakon.
Thanks, Wagner. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vedrfell if we're lucky. Yeah, well, there we go. Let's go. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any time by tapping the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass the time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back to the road. Okay, click the hero's tent. Okay, wonderful, and we can add people to the party. Cool. Click on ability to learn about the ability. Cool, awesome. Let's go back. We're actually going to upgrade Gunnulf. Promote. Okay, so here's the thing. Your renown is a usable, non-renewable resource. You can get more of it, but when you use it, this renown is a pool for everybody. So you want to be careful who you choose to promote and who you do not choose to promote. So let's go ahead. And also, if you don't have a few high level heroes or whatnot, you might end up in trouble down the road. So, but for the sake of everything, let's go ahead and promote Gunnulf, the rank 1 Warhawk. Okay, promotion. We get higher stats and we increase the item rank. Item rank is also very important, and it also costs 5. So continue. Yes. The item rank is very important. If you have, sometimes you'll get really high level items. And if you only have low-level characters, they won't be able to equip those items. Okay, this unit has points available to spend on improving stats. Click the plus button to use them. We can get 2 points available. So, each different character has different things that they can, different amounts that they can improve on. You see here, Gunnulf can only get up to a 2 for armor break. He's mostly for damaging strength items. So we're not really going to do a whole lot of armor break. Okay. I can't remember what this is. There we go. Okay, right. Exertion is the amount of willpower you can use on any given action. That is also fairly important. Willpower... that'll up the amount that we can actually use. So willpower... strength, armor, blocks damage. We are actually going to want to up the armor, and we're going to up his exertion. We want him well armored because he's going to be a guy that we're going to want to send into the fray. So this is going to be vitally important. He already has fairly high strength. So let's confirm. So see here, again, different stats and everything. The great thing about the Spearmaster... Oh, there we go. The great thing about the Spearmaster is they can attack at range, which we'll see later on. Hakon is a War Master. Oh, right. I guess we should probably go back. Impale. There we go. We can kick him back and everything, so that's pretty neat. The War Master. Sundering Impact, basically an area of effect melee attack, which is kind of neat. So there is that. And you'll see here things are different. The Varl are really good. You notice the huge difference between a human and the Varl? There's a reason for that. Unfortunately, there are certain instances in the game where you don't have a whole lot of Varl, and you have a lot of humans. And humans are also really useful to stick in between Varl, or maybe sometimes behind them. And there's Mogr. And Mogr has a lot of armor, and he deals a lot of armor damage with his mace. So, there we go. Going back out of the tent. Let's see how much time we have left on the episode. I might call it early. Yes, we are going to go ahead and call that an episode. If you've enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button or give me some feedback if you prefer. Of course, if you enjoy my other videos, then a subscription to the channel would also be most amazing. As always, it's great to see you all here at the Fox Den. I hope to come back next time and pull up a chair for some more Banner Saga. Alrighty, you take care now. Bye.